Cushing of Soul Path Sanctuary, and I'm here with Marilyn Shannon of the Kingston Tarot Lenormand Conference, and we are already laughing, which is so beautiful and wonderful. And we want to tell you a little bit about the conference and what I'm doing. And also in March, Marilyn has this beautiful process of preparing us to be at the conference. I'm doing a brief session, so we're going to mention all of those things. And I have a couple of questions for Marilyn that I will ask, getting kind of the big sweep of what's going on. And then toward the end, and we won't go too long, we'll talk a little bit about the March event and then the conference things that I'll be doing. So Marilyn,
Yeah.
and I should say, Marilyn, Shannon, and I met at Reader Studio, which was the New York Tarot Conference. And I don't remember what year because I feel like Marilyn was always just one of those most important presences and magic in Reader Studio. So I just have this warm feeling in my heart whenever I think of Marilyn Shannon and everything she does with elegance and heart. So I wanted to ask you about this conference, which I think is it it's unique. It's not so much a conference, or people might have a different idea. Tell me a little bit about the specialness of this gathering that you organize.
People say it's like sitting in my living room and just being loved and part of community, and the communities that grow around the tables
Mm.
continue. And we have a Facebook page that's fairly private so that people can say what they want and stay connected. It's the connections. It's the feeling that you're with your people. And we feed you all weekend long. I want to make sure you have lots to eat. We'll look after you in every possible way because I want you to feel that you've had a very rich, glowing, warm, loving weekend with us.
Mm. And that I believe, having knowing Marilyn. Just some technical things. So the Facebook group, people can look for it and ask to join, correct?
The easiest thing to do is they can look for it, but it's hard because it's private. Because,
Aha.
I don't want a whole bunch of people that are just bunking in, who aren't interested in tarot or Lenormand or anything else. If you send me a note on Facebook and ask to friend me, I can add you easily. But why is it so hard? Because we want people who are genuinely interested in Tarot Lenormand and the conference. So,
This
yes,
shows the careful process that you have in bringing us together. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
and there's a website. People can sign up at the
There
website.
is KingstonPsychic.net takes you to all the conference information about the speakers. The agenda is there. The full agenda for the whole weekend is there. You can book your room, you can book your registration. There's a payment plan. You can attend by Zoom if you can't get to us. There's all kinds of possibilities for you.
Good. And say the website again, just
KingstonPsychic.net.
perfect. So people can go there and find out everything about it. And the dates are
November 13th to 15th, 2026,
2026 this year.
this year.
And it is in Canada.
It is.
So I'm in the United States. I am very excited to be going to Canada in November. I have been to Canada in the past, and it is a beautiful country filled with welcoming people. But do you want to say a word about coming to Canada from people from the United States? Because I know you do welcome us from the United States. And
We absolutely do. So first off, you need a passport. All right.
yes,
So get on that if you haven't got one already. We are halfway between Toronto, Montreal. So if you fly in, pick one of those, and via train will bring you right to us. So it's easy. It's not cheap to get to us in Canada, but it's not cheap to get any place these days. And when you get to the conference, we welcome you. We've had the privilege of welcoming Americans right after traumatic elections before. This will
Yeah.
be right after the midterms, and we're going to feed you cookies, and we're going to hug you, and we are going to ask you to sit down and work in your groups and learn whatever our speakers are offering that's healing at a very personal and private level.
Mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
we hug you.
Beautiful. I am super excited because I, I'm an activist. Well, I call myself a poet and a seeker of justice and a tarot practitioner. Part of my justice work has been, um, working for democracy, working for respect, supporting a community of care. And that's pretty hard in the United States right now. And we're bombarded with challenging messages. Some good news out of the organizing and the care of Minnesota, but challenging. So I'm really looking forward to being there as a place that I can get different news and be with different people and kind of open up my mind instead of being so caught up in our dramas of the United States. So I am super grateful to be invited.
Let me tell you, the hotel sits on Lake Ontario.
Hmm.
And right down there is the mighty St. Lawrence River. We're at the beginning of the St. Lawrence River. And out in front of this hotel is a compass set in paving stones. And we go out there on the Friday night under the starry sky. It's cold, and we have opening ceremonies, and we light sparklers. And
Beautiful.
it's just people think I'm a little odd, but that's okay. For me, it is just the most wonderful moment of release and connection that I
Mm,
possibly can have.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
that water is so magnificent.
mm. I'm very excited to touch it.
Yeah.
To look at, well, maybe November, maybe I'll be looking at it because the cold.
Well, you do need to bring wintry coat if you
Bring
want to
wintry,
come out
bring
south.
warm weather clothes. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, but it's that yes, come and leave that behind
Mm,
and take this moment to capture what you need personally.
mm, mm. Now, I am super excited to be working with, presenting with some people that I know from close and around. Lori Lytle is a tarot practitioner who I love, who works so much with talismans, and she and I collaborated on the meditation room at Reader Studio. I love her cat, who's an Instagram star, and I'm looking forward to teaching with her. And then Donna De La Rose is actually close to me here in Massachusetts, but I'm not sure I've seen her in years. And she is a brilliant reader and worker with Lenormand. She and I have kind of a different approach. I always love to learn from her approach. And then Heather Lee is from the Boston Tea Room in Detroit and has just a kind of remembering her presenting at Reader's Studio and really talking about like the community she creates out of the work at the Boston Tea Room. And they came as like a whole contingent of readers, like coming together to up their skills. So Heather Lee is another community builder. So I'm super honored to be um, in this group. And I'm wondering if you want to say a word about, why you picked me or the role you think you hope I might fulfill.
So, what I look for in the presenters is teachers who can lay something out and then give people things, projects, work to do at the conference that then they can take with them. So, certainly all four of you fall in that category. Your category of how I see you operating is
Mm,
down to earth, practical development of the world, the what's going on around us, astrology, if you will,
mm,
and tarot, and how to put it all together in a very practical, pragmatic way.
mm,
Down
mm,
to earth, sensible, and certainly the handling of endings and beginnings,
mm.
whatever, whichever order they may come in.
Yes.
And because I love your energy, why wouldn't it? This is the last conference that I am organizing. I brought in the heavy artillery this time. I'm not doing
Okay.
it again. Who's it going to be? So you're right in the middle of the list there.
So I'm very honored for that. And you said something special, like this is the last, this will be special because it will be your last one. The conference may go on, but like you said, there's an ending and a beginning. And that is a theme through the March session I'm going to do and through the sessions and activities I'm going to lead at the conference. And this comes from my devotion to the moon. The moon is a great teacher of of fullness and growth, and then also surrender and decay and death. And life and death are mixed together. There's not a hard line often, and they are the cauldron of each other. And that's for this conference, that's going to be your last, but may, so how will it continue? So there'll be both an ending, something for us to honor, and then that will create new seeds. My focus are wisdom guides that I'm going to work with in our sessions and have activities for us to work through, and some ritual. The guides are the Empress and Death. So that's what will be leading us in at the conference. So for March, I have another three connected figure of the tarot, the Hermit. The Hermit, which is 3 times 3, and is also Joanna Powell Colbert talks about him as the lunar male, but the Hermit is aligned with the moon. The Hermit knows the wisdom of the moon, and we can learn from that wisdom and that invitation to be with what is seen in less direct light, what is more about practice, what is more about going inward, even in our busy lives, is going to be the theme of the March 4th, Wednesday, March 4th, 6:30 Eastern session. Yes. And Marilyn is hosting. She does these beautiful events leading up to the conference. And it will be pretty interactive. I'll be talking a little bit about the Hermit. We'll be doing a special Hermit reading. We will be also then, the Hermit is going to be our guide for moving to the Wheel of Fortune. Like definitely, we're in this Wheel of Fortune time. Things are turning round and round. So how can we gather up our resources from the Hermit to be able to move through the wheel? And we're going to do a little bit of like ritual and magic inspired by the wheel and some of our work with cards. And I will want to invite people to be identifying a specific special magic that they're going to bring to moving our wheel, our collective wheel, in the best way possible.
It
So
sounds
that,
so exciting. The one thing we haven't mentioned is the March 4th teaser to get us prepped for coming to Kingston is absolutely free.
yes, absolutely free.
Yes, yes. So,
So
uh,
just come along and see what it's like to be in something Marilyn organizes, something I do. So you can see if the conference is a match for you.
yes, great idea. Yes. So, you could always shoot me an email. Go to kingstonpsychic.net and check us out. Conference at kingstonpsychic.com would be the email to get me at. And I can send you the Zoom link if you want to attend our March 4th free session with Carolyn.
Yay. I'm
Yes.
super excited. And I hope that some people watching this will be there March 4th and at the conference in November.
Or
So
perfect.
we'll open up
Perfect.
our hearts to that happening.
Yes.
And it's been great to chat with you, Marilyn.
Wonderful to chat with you. I can hardly wait to hug you in November.
Oh my gosh, it'll be so good.
Yeah.
So then group hugs.
Yes.
Bye bye.